So, we talked about the bear case yesterday, and I can't leave you hanging. We're going to talk right now about the bull case for Bitcoin and, of course, the bull case for crypto because Bitcoin, if it goes bull, as I'm going to explain here, why that is a possibility and high probability as well, it will take the crypto market with it. Though I do have a caveat about how I think this will happen, alt season or not. So stay until the end to make sure you understand what I think as well about an alt season and when might that happen. Stick until the end and you'll find out. Right now, what I want you to do is smash the like button. This is free alpha for you. This is for education purpose. I'm going to teach you how to think like a trader. I taught you about being open-minded, the bear case. Now I'm going to teach you about the bull case. This is how professional traders think. We are not falling in love with our ideas. We trade the charts. We build scenarios. Imagine me building different types of scenarios. That's what I do when I try to analyze the market, and I create trades for each possibility, right? And then when one pans out, those are the trades I take. Boom. Okay, so smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that. Just, you know the drill. Comment in the section below. Do you think the bull case is going to win, or will it be the bear case of the last video that I've been talking about? So do it now. Comment your thoughts. Okay, so I'm going to take you into my thought process and what do I think. First, a bit of fundamentals. Okay, a lot of people talk about this, and this is true. There is a big chance that the Fed is going to, cut rates. That's one thing that should help because this is a type of quantitative easing, okay? Quantitative easing is a good thing for risk assets. That's one thing. Will it happen or not? We don't know. We have a degree of probability. We believe it might happen and that it should help the market, specifically risk assets like crypto. So that's one thing. Another liquidity injection, because the crypto market loves liquidity. It's the bread and butter of the lifeline of crypto is liquidity. Another liquidity injection no one is really talking about is going to be from bonds. All right. So what happens is the US is going to need to create bonds, treasuries, okay, in order to raise debt, to pay their debt, and to spend more. That's how governments operate, right? And I don't think that China and other countries that used to buy them are going to buy them now with all the tariff, war that is happening and kind of the stepping out of United States exceptionalism. Okay, so what I think is going to happen is that the Fed is going to need to buy it. So that's another injection of money. Okay, I don't know how they're going to do it. Maybe they're going to print money, maybe another way. Okay, and I think banks are going to do that as well. And I think some funds are going to do it as well because there's something called relative value funds, okay? And if you want more about this, Arthur Hayes talks about it, and they will love, to inject liquidity by, having more option for leverage. And that's something that they can. I'm not going to go into these specifics, but you can go and read Arthur Hayes's, newsletter for sure. Very, very knowledgeable dude, amazing. I love him. Good, rich dude. He knows what he's talking about. He's a crypto, kind of guru, let's call it. So I love his analysis about it. So that's another injection that we are probably about to see, and other countries like China might do it as well. So all this is liquidity injection. So I think fundamentally wise and macro wise, I think that the world is kind of gearing towards an injection of capital, of new money that we haven't seen around. And that usually when that happens, and it happened last time it happened was 2022, all right, actually 2023, March 2023, actually, when the banks in the United States started failing, and there was kind of a quantitative easing around the banks, that's when things started moving really in crypto. Okay, so I think something similar is about to happen. So that's enough about the fundamental talk. I think fundamentally we are in the right kind of area to inject more liquidity to help crypto. That's what I think fundamentally. Okay, but fundamentals, right, on one side, price action is on another side. So let's take a look at price action. Is price action confirming or not confirming the ideas? That's how we think as traders, because look, We can have all the conviction in the world. We can have all the ideas and theses that we want, okay? Nothing will matter unless the price confirms it, right? That's what many people don't get. They don't get the fact that it's not about the events, it's not about the ideas, it's not about the macro. It is, right? But it's not about what you think should happen. It's about what the market, is making happen, right? The price, is it confirming or not confirming your ideas? So we can see that, and I showed this in my Twitter. I saw this is kind of a big line over here that is kind of respected, okay, of a big inverse head and shoulders pattern. Now, do I think this is an important pattern to understand? No, this is very easy. People can understand head and shoulders. I don't need to be a genius to show you this, but I feel like this trend line over here of support and resistance areas, and I talked about this many times. People think it's voodoo, it's not. It's a psychological number, it's a psychological area where people buy and sell of confluence of price, a lot of volume pass through that. So that's why support and resistance areas are, real and they work because the psychological, thinking behind it. I'm not going to go into it. If you want to go into it, you want to learn more from me, you should join our membership, subscribe to this channel for free. All right, give us the love, share the love. And if you want to invest in yourself, 20% off, you should join our group, all right, to learn even better. Buy one of our courses, whatever you want. Everything is really dirt cheap for it because we really want to help. We're here to help people. That's why we're giving this free alpha. Okay, so not getting into support and resistance, but as you can see, I saw this kind of nailing it. This kind of got support exactly on the buzzer of this trend line, and we saw, right, kind of a shakeout. So a shakeout is when you have an important price level here that people thought that if it goes below it, then we're going to go in a bear market. We went below, but we actually got strength, and then we built a pivot to be bought, and now we're stair stepping up. Okay, so we talked about the fundamentals. Now I talked about the price action. Price action is confirming stair stepping up. Okay, really, really important to understand. Now, an invalidation point, because as traders, we always need invalidation points. For me, if we break again below this level, okay, if this level is not going to be respected and we break below it, okay, and we break below the $70,000, for example, anyway, here, I believe that all the ideas that I have, I'm going to throw them into the basket, and I think that the bear case is going to win, okay? Which is in another video. Go check that video out. But right now I'm talking about the bull case, okay? But I need to make sure you understand, as a trader, I need to be cognizant of talking with you about the risk management that we have, because as traders or investors, whatever you want to call it, because it's the same thing. An investor is a trader that trades for a longer time, for a longer time horizons usually, okay? But it's the same thing. You need to be smart about your trading. And being smart means having risk management and invalidation points. But this is the bull case. So we got supported exactly on the buzzer, okay? Price action built this pivot. This was like a stair, right? We pushed from, and now we built kind of another stair that you can call it a small flag that we're breaking out of, okay? So price is confirming right now that the thesis is intact, right? That liquidity injection is about to happen, okay? And more importantly than that, all right, that the worst case scenario, we know now that we know, even if there's going to be big issues around tariffs or whatever, we know that the government is going to help, because they said that they almost printed money to help. They announced it, okay? So now we know that they will print money to help if something happens. They want to support the market. I think even Jerome Powell talked about it, okay? I don't remember exactly, but now the market can be confident that even if something happens on the tariff area, boom, liquidity is going to come. So what I think is going to happen is we're going to stair step, or maybe it's a wishful thinking, okay? We're going to stair step, maybe even squeeze below the 110, boom. Each time we stair step, right, I'm going to add to my positions. Now, this is not financial advice. I'm not going to tell you what you should do, but I'm going to tell you what I'm doing, with my group. And by the way, you can join the group, 20% off. First link in the description, all right? Go check it out, okay? If you want to really know, follow a professional and how I do things, join. Why not? Check us out. You can get coaching with me. You can get only the signals, whatever you feel right for you, right? take it. Because right now, this is going to be probably the last move of the bull market, right? That's how usually bull markets work. They have a few moves, everything is all well and dandy. At one point or another, they have the last move, and boom, we're going to go into a bear market. In our group, we're going to go short, 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 short. As I said, I don't know if it's going to happen now. Who knows? Maybe the bear case wins, but I think the bull case is going to win. But what I'm trying to say is that I'm going to be adding, that's what I'm going to do with my group. This is maybe wishful thinking because this would be like perfect, almost as well symmetrical, kind of an inverse head and shoulders over here. Something like that can be beautiful, 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 beautiful. And then of course a breakout above the $110,000. I really think that we should take our time, like take another month or so, just building within, this area of, base, within this base, whether it's going to be an inverse head and shoulders or whatever it eventually it's going to pan out to be like. I think we should be in it for at least another month or two. Let's check this out. So this entire right shoulder was 86 days. This head, right, was roughly, 58 days, and now we started the right shoulder. I would prefer to go another, like, yeah, why not 80 days or something like that? So another month or two just going sideways here would be amazing. Usually the market doesn't do what I want it to do, because then it's just going to make, work so easy for everyone. And usually the market doesn't like to, make everything so easy. But damn me, if we can go sideways like this for, a month or two or three and then break out, and as I told you, to have like this inverse head and shoulder, boom, that will be bazookas and bonanzas, whatever you want to call it. Anyways, the break above, right, the 110,000, 100 now $110,000, I think is just going to be ferocious, right? That's what it should be, right? And the longer we build below it and kind of squeeze it, right, kind of, making people feel uncomfortable. When is it going to break? When is it going to break? Is it not? Is it yes? Is it going to be a double top? Is it going to retest and then fall back? The more we kind of tease the market, the stronger the move is going to be. So fundamentals, check. Price action, check. One more thing I want to talk about is positioning, okay? I wanted to see something interesting, right? Positioning is from the code data, the commitment of traders report, right? This is a traders report of the CME futures and more futures. They classify different types of investors into different types of categories. Okay, there are the commercials, which are red usually, which they are the one you want to trade with usually. They're the large speculators that you want to go against, and the small speculators, which usually don't matter. Okay, I want to say something. Usually as long as, okay, um speculators are long, all right, net long, usually price, has a hard time to go up. Okay, usually it has a hard time to go up, and when they are short, right, you can see that price action can go up. Okay, as you can see, well, cents over here as well, they were all short, but from here, this is where I start kind of the real quote data. Okay, so it's kind of new, but I think this indicator is really good. As you can see over here, it couldn't master a move, but then they went short, all right, and then it actually moved up, moved up, moved up, moved up, moved up, moved up, and then we had some sideways, all right. Then they were short again over here, because you can see over here they went long a little bit, so we couldn't move up. Then they went net short again, and we moved up again. Why am I showing you all this? Because I'm seeing finally that they went short. Okay, so they were kind of long here, and we couldn't master a move. And now in the past 2 weeks, they are short again. I would love to see them get more and more short as weeks go by, because this is a weekly candle over here, and each one of these one is weekly as well. So from a positioning standpoint, this is confirming, okay, that I want to go against large speculators, and with commercials, and I'm going to add commercials over here. They usually are on the other side. So commercials, as you're going to see now, they're net long, and that is what I want to see. Okay, so all in all, I'm seeing good stuff. I'm in the camp of bulls right now. That's what I'm in the camp. But as I said, I'm always open-minded about what might happen, because the market will choose the direction it wants to choose. I can't I can't influence the market. I don't believe it even one huge entity, even BlackRock. I truly don't believe BlackRock can influence the market. Okay, because the market is made up of so many market participants that you just can't influence it by just one entity. And people will think the big entities are manipulating everything together. No, because each entity wants to make money. So if all the entities are trying to work together, then one of them is going to go against what they do because it will find a loophole, right? So if everyone is going to go long, they're going to long in the beginning, then he's going to sell on top of their heads because he's going to use them as exit liquidity. Anyways, I don't believe in manipulation. I don't believe it, entities work in tangent because they all have their own interests. Okay. I believe the market is the ultimate decisive kind of entity. It's not an entity, right? It's not breathing, but I feel like it has its own kind of ways, and that's my belief. And I believe that to be really true. The market always decides the path it wants to choose. Okay. That's why I'm always open. I know anything can happen. Anything can happen. In one day, things can change to the good side or to the bad side. Okay. And that's why I'm always open minded as a trader, as an investor. You need to be smart about trading. You can't be convicted and be kind of dumb about your conviction. Oh my God, I'm just convicted and that's it. No, you need to be smart about your convictions. You need to have invalidation points. You need to have other trades, in your backhand if you are invalidated and new data comes, because with new data, you need to update your expectancies. You need to update, your logic. You need to update everything. And that's what we do as traders. So just to reiterate, and before I reiterate, smash the like button and subscribe to this channel right now. Tell me in the comment section below, what do you think? I read all your comments, all of them. I want to understand because I love them. I want to hear what you think about what will win, the bull case or the bear case, and explain why. I want you to explain why. Don't just write the bull and that's it. I want to know what you think. It's important. And again, if you really want to take this to the next level and you want to see signals, right, that we do in our groups, right, how we trade, market updates, all the juice, all the alpha, we do the heavy lifting for you, all the opportunities, we bring them to you, we tell you how we trade them, we teach you, all right, we give you a skill set while you make money with professional traders. You need to sign up now to our membership, and we're going to have a seminar next week. You can scan the QR code in the upper left side, master the bull. This is going to be a seminar how to make money on breakouts, how to make money in bull market, and to keep your money this time. Don't round trip your money. We're going to teach you how to keep your money. Okay, everyone? So I'm in the bull camp, but anything can happen. Let's hope the bull camp wins. Why? Fundamentally, I believe an injection of capital is going to come. Price action right now is confirming, and positioning seems like it wants to confirm as well. I was Jomo. Until then, this was the Crypto Mindset channel. Until next time, no edge, no trade,